Buying a used car is a double-edged sword. It can make you or break you. There are some great second-hand cars out there you can buy for a great price. But don't just buy the car straight away. There are certain things you will need to check or else it becomes a headache. You know, sakit sa ulo. So if you don't have any experience buying second-hand cars yet, or you're just a beginner driver, how do you know if the second-hand car you're buying is a good buy? What do you check to make sure it won't be a headache? How do you know you're not getting scammed? Well, in this video, we will talk about what to check on a used car if you're planning on buying one as a beginner. What is going on, guys? Matt here with another video, and if you are new to this channel, I make automotive related content, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. When you're buying a second-hand car, don't trust what the seller is saying immediately, even if they're really friendly. Times are hard and you don't want to buy something that will spend more time getting fixed than being driven. Always assume that there is something wrong or they've missed some details out about the car. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being skeptical because at the end of the day, you're the one spending the money and not them. Ikaw ang gagastos. So before saying yes to the seller, you will need to check these few things. So make sure you watch till the end of the video so next time you're buying a used car, you'll know what you're doing. The first thing you need to do is the legal stuff. Because sad to say, but a lot of sellers take advantage of those who don't have experience looking at cars. So make sure you look at the papers first. Ask to look at the original ORCR. There is no point looking at a car without complete papers, because it's better to be safe these days. If they don't have the original ORCR and only a photocopy, it could be a hot car or pinarekto yung papeles, which isn't always a good sign. You want a car with clean papers. It will save you a lot of headaches in the long run. Once you have the copy of the original ORCR, check the VIN number. If the VIN number on the chassis of the car matches the one on the CR, you're good. So assuming everything is all good with the papers, now it's time to ask about the car. What's been done to the car? If any major repairs have been done or any modifications, always ask for proof like receipts of work that's been done. Like, for example, receipts of oil changes and car parts that have been installed. Basically everything that's been done to the car. If you don't have the complete receipt or proof of what's been done to the car, it's not the end of the world because everything can be seen by a visual inspection. You will have to be thorough because like I said earlier, don't always believe what the seller is telling you because there is a reason why they're selling the car. It could be a headache, maybe nag-upgrade sila sa bagong kotse, it could be an unfinished project car. You don't know, so it's better to ask about the car as much as possible. Now it's time to get to the more exciting part, a visual inspection. First of all, let's start with the engine. Check for any signs of oil leaks around the engine. A good tip is to check underneath the car to see if there is a dark puddle on the floor. If there is, it could be an oil leak. Another tip is to turn the car on until it reaches operating temperature. Why, you may ask? If you can't find any oil leaks, there might be some hidden leaks that have dripped onto some parts of the engine. When the engine gets hot and you notice a strong burning smell, this could be a sign that there is an oil leak somewhere. Because when the engine heats up, oil that have dripped on some parts of the engine may burn. Hence why the burning smell. A little bit of oil leak is not the end of the world. You will just have to find them because you will need to fix those leaks as soon as possible. I can't guarantee that an oil leak is an easy fix because it will depend on where the leak is coming from. Some oil leaks are easier to fix than others. For example, an oil leak from the head gasket. Also check the condition of the oil by pulling the dipstick out of the engine. Dark oil is okay. It means the car is being used regularly. But a really black engine oil is a sign that it's dirty and it's time to do an oil change. This is no biggie because either way, if you're buying a second-hand car, it's always best practice to change the oil after buying it. And while the engine is running, it's a good idea to look out for any unusual sounds coming from the engine. If there is a knocking sound, it could mean that the engine is unhealthy and it's starting to knock. Walk away if it's knocking. So a good tip is to have the seller or a friend rev the engine while you watch the exhaust. Because the color of the exhaust smoke tells us so much about the condition of the engine. A light white color is normal, especially during a cold start in the morning. This is because of condensation inside the exhaust. This light white smoke should disappear. A bluish gray colored smoke means your car could be burning oil. Also a pro tip, blue smoke during acceleration means the piston rings could be damaged. Blue smoke during deceleration could mean that the cylinder heads, valve guides might be damaged. Either way, if you notice a blue tinted grayish smoke coming out of the exhaust, you need to get it checked out. A black exhaust smoke means your car is burning too much fuel. This is due to a clogged air filter, malfunctioning fuel injectors, blocked manifold, or a variety of other issues. Having a clogged air filter won't technically hurt your fuel consumption too much, but the performance of your car will suffer. If you have a black smoke coming out of your exhaust, make sure to get it checked out. As I mentioned earlier, a white exhaust smoke at a cold start up is normal. But if this white smoke stays and becomes thick, a stream of thick white-gray smoke generally means you could have a leaking head gasket. Coolant could be leaking and end up being heated up in the combustion chamber and blown out of the exhaust. If the thick white-gray smoke is heavy and it pours down from your exhaust, this could mean the car could have a crack in the head gasket, engine block, or cylinder head. So keep an eye out on the car's exhaust. Now the coolant and other fluids. It's a good idea to check the coolant inside the radiator. Before you open the radiator cap, do not, I repeat, do not open the radiator cap when the engine is still hot. Because if you do, pressurized coolant might explode onto your hand. So turn the car off first and let the engine cool down. When it's cooled down, open the radiator cap. There should be a neon green or blue coolant inside the radiator, because if there isn't any or it's low on coolant, this will cause the car to overheat. Also check other fluids like the power steering fluid and brake fluids. Basically, you just want to make sure that they're all filled up correctly. Let's move on to the body of the car. Check for scratches on the car's paint. This is normal with any second-hand car, but any major scratches can be used for bargaining with the car's selling price. Same goes with the cracks on the headlights or taillights, windscreen, door mirrors, etc. etc. The more you find, the more chances you can lower the price of the car. Yes, pwede kang tumawad. You can negotiate the price of the car, as most sellers will post more than the actual value of the car, so you can haggle a bit. Always check for rust. Little bit of rust here and there is okay. It's expected, but it's fixable. But any signs of rust on the chassis itself, just walk away from the car. Because rust on a car's chassis basically means the car is literally falling apart. It will be dangerous to drive. Electrics. Check for the headlights, taillights, and hazard lights if they're working properly. If not, it can be just an easy bulb replacement, which again you can use to negotiate the price of the car, because you will need to buy some new halogen or LED bulbs. If it's something more serious, you should bring a car mechanic that specializes in car electrics to check the car out. Check the electrics inside the car, like electric windows, electric side mirrors, dome light, if they're working properly. Stuff like these can save you some money when it's time to negotiate the price. Also, check the tires to see if there's enough tread depth. If it's bald or kalbo na, you can also use this to negotiate the price, since you will need to buy new tires. Because driving with bald tires is very unsafe and dangerous to not just you, but other road users as well, since you won't have any grip on the road. Once you have checked everything, it's time to test drive the car. Start the car and turn the wheels side to side. Listen for any unusual sounds. Also, when you're driving the car, listen for any knocking sounds, in Tagalog, mga lagutok or kalampag. If there is, this may indicate stuff like your ball joint or CV joint is starting to wear out. You will have to get them checked if they need replacing. A pro tip, if you need to change the ball joints or the CV joints, huwag ka nang magtipid. Change both of them, not just one side, because hindi magiging equal yung wear and tear niya. Plus, you're changing them anyway, so just change them both. It will save you so much time in the long run. When driving on humps or speed bumps, listen to any squeaking sounds that might be coming from the suspension. Squeaky suspension may indicate that your suspension is worn out and might need replacing. Also, keep an eye out on the temperature gauge. If after 5 to 10 minutes of driving, the temperature starts to creep up, the car has an overheating problem, since you already checked that there is enough coolant in the radiator earlier. I walk away from cars with overheating problems because it might cost you a lot to repair, but it's up to you if you're up for that challenge. I'd stay away from cars with overheating issues. And if you don't know anyone that can help you out with the car you're buying and you want to skip all of that, you need a diagnostic scanner tool, and no, it doesn't have to be an expensive one. Like this Think Car 2 diagnostic scanner tool. One of the main problems of buying a second-hand car is the hidden issues that it will come with. Because the second-hand ga, may sakit talaga yan. But imagine you buying any second-hand car without worrying about any of that. Peace of mind kumbaga. Because that's exactly what this Think Car 2 diagnostic scanner tool will do for you. It will literally show you the hidden issues of any car, maintenance intervals, smog testing, overall health of the car, O2 sensor check, emissions check, performance check, and other information you might need to know. There is nothing the seller can hide from you. It's also super simple to use. You simply download the app Think Diag Plus, plug the scanner in the OBD port, which is located just above the footwell. If you can't find it, check your driver's manual. Connect it via Bluetooth and off you go. All the information you need from any car on your smartphone. This is perfect for personal use, for DIY car enthusiasts, or home mechanics. Also, by using this Think Car 2 diagnostic scanner tool, you will definitely have peace of mind and not have to worry about any hidden issues that will come with buying a second-hand car. So it's worth it, trust me. It is discounted right now. You should click on the affiliate link down below so you can get your Think Car 2 diagnostic scanner tool today. So now you know how to buy a used car. Are you planning to buy one soon? Comment me below. Also, if you're planning to buy a project car, because chances are you're a car enthusiast and you don't know which car you want as a project car, in this video I will show you how to choose the right car to be the perfect project car for you. You'll find this video very helpful. And with that being said, thanks for watching, keep safe, and I'll see you on the next video.